I'm just waiting for the sound effect.
Oh.
There we go. She used to be an actress.
She ever do anything I saw?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know, the show's on TV.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows.
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that's called a pilot. And then they show that one show to the people who pick the shows. And on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs. Some don't and become nothing. She started with one of the ones that became nothing. I sound like a black guy.
The whitest black I've ever heard. I like that better, though, to be honest with you.
This might be this new standard. Welcome to Couch Pilots. All of you are my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and I'm a fireman. And across from me is my 5-alarm buddy. It's Captain Philip Restisher. I love you.
Well, they call you the fireman. I don't remember the rest of it.
That's fine. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna. This is what I'll guess it is. George Strait.
You're right. That is.
Is it? Holy shit!
Well, they call me the fireman. I can't remember it.
Is the song about being a fireman, or is that a metaphor for like having an STD?
It's a metaphor for being a ladies' man. He goes around putting out old flames.
Well, you can call me the fireman as well.
Well, no, I called you the fireman. I didn't call myself the fireman.
Did you call me fire ma'am?
Oh, fireman.
I mean, also with you.
Did you say choo-choo fireman? Ma'am?
Choo-choo fireman.
That's right. Oh, boy. I tell you what, buddy. We're a few days away from Halloween, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite holiday of the year.
I just don't like it. It's mine, too. Why not?
Huh?
It is or not?
No, we talked about this on episode 200. I just, like, if I didn't have kids, or if kids weren't involved, I would love Halloween. But I don't. I have kids, and I don't like kids, and I had Halloween. Just recently, right outside the tarmac, outside the pilot's lounge.
Yeah, I know where the tarmac is.
The stewardess made me put those yard lights that glow, that reflect on the house.
I saw those coming in, but I didn't know what the design was.
Well, they're ghosts, and goats.
The ghosts of goats?
Goats and bats. Goats and bats.
I love that. That sounds great. Halloween is my favorite one. I'm not like a pagan, as it were, but I do love just spooky stuff. And the fact that it's in fall. Fall's the best season by fall.
Unless you go down the stairs.
Oh, shit. Ha, 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 ha. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, and so I put them together. Like I set them up and everything.
Right.
In the middle of the day, and I wired them all the way to the house and everything. And she came out, and you know what she said?
I don't like it.
She goes, "How do they look?" And I go, "Well, they're lights that go on the house at night.
Yeah.
And it's daytime."
Right.
And she goes, "We don't have to be an ass about it." I was like, "But it technically was like one of the dumbest questions I've ever been asked."
If Molly was my wife, and she asked...
My wife.
Oh, yeah! And she asked me a question that's stupid, I would take off my shirt and I would have my wife beater on underneath it.
When you take off your shirt and you got a white beater underneath.
Can't do it.
You look at your wife and you punch her in the nose and she goes down on the ground and then you kick her and then you kick her in the side and you kick her till she can't walk anymore.
Yeah, I would physically assault my wife if she had a question that stupid for me.
I'd pepper her.
Oh, good Lord.
How's it going with the drinks today?
The drinks?
Yeah, the drinks.
I
told you I didn't drink as much before you came.
Oh,
so
right.
How's it going?
I usually come to the pilot's lounge and you're one sheet in, and then by the end of it you're three sheets
for sure.
Yeah. Since Halloween is coming up, there's something that's going around recently. Says from now on we sign a thing and we just make Halloween the last Saturday in October versus October 31st.
Really? I didn't know anything about that.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea because if it falls like on a Wednesday, you know what I mean?
This year it's on a Thursday. Yeah. Same difference. It's just what am I supposed to do with this?
Right. I agree that it's just like Hanukkah. It should be on like the last Saturday of the month.
Shaunavka.
Shananaka.
I want that to come to fruition because
For sure. That way everybody can have a good time. The kids can have a good time. You don't have to be home by, 6:30.
Wait, I got an idea.
Okay.
What if it's the last Friday of every October? That's the night you trick or treat. But then the Saturday is the time for the adults.
Nice. I like it.
So you got one day for the kids,
Yeah,
and you got
yeah.
one day for the adults.
Yeah, so you take the kids trick-or-treating, but you don't miss any of the cool adult parties because they're
That's
on Saturday.
That's smart.
God, you're one of the fucking smartest guys I know.
Can we call someone to give them this idea?
Sure. Who do you want to call? Ghostbusters?
Well, who's a place that has a lot of calendars and stuff?
Well, we could call the Spirit of Halloween store.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because if we were to get anyone to back us up on
Right,
this,
because they can sponsor
it's
us.
gonna be
They
it.
can sponsor the what do you call it? The brigade to do it. I don't know what the word is. I want to go for it.
petition.
Sure.
We're gonna sign a something. Get something signed.
We'll put it in.
I'm a bill. I'm only a bill.
Thank you for contacting Spirit Halloween. Our calls are monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes.
We do
Need
too.
to reach us? Please visit our website and click on our live chat option at the top of our page. If a team member is offline, simply click on it, fill out the form, and leave us a message. We also have a callback option.
Just want to talk
in
to a
our help
person.
section.
That's where the comedy
If you
is.
need to speak to someone,
There we go.
simply stay on the line. A team member will be
I love
with
to
you
go
as
to
soon as
Halloween
possible.
stores. I try to go once a
better
week or
assist
so
you,
during
please
October.
listen to the following options.
God damn.
It just said we had to wait, right?
Please press 1 for Spirit local store information. Press 2 to place an online order.
Whoops.
Press 3 for Spirit online order status.
No.
Press 4 for store feedback. Press 5 for Dr. Zombie.
Who's
Press
Dr.
6
Zombie?
for return and exchange.
We'll have to talk to
Jesus.
Dr.
Press
Zombie.
7 for marketing related questions.
7.
We'll have to ask who
Press
Dr.
8
Zombie is.
for legal or media related questions.
Good God, there was 8 of them. Even Verizon doesn't have that many.
We'll have to find out who Dr. Zombie is.
I want to be your zombie.
It did just say to wait on the line, right?
Yeah.
While we're waiting, what's like the coolest Halloween party you've ever been to?
Yeah, I haven't been to many of them.
Please press 1 for Spirit local store information.
Okay.
Press.
Here we go.
Please press 1 for store location or hours. Press 2 for product availability.
Come on.
Press 3 for job application status. Press 4 for store feedback. Press 5
Dr.
for
Zombie.
product exchange questions or assistance.
Jesus.
Thank you for submitting an application. Please hang tight. All applications will take time to
Hey,
review.
hang loose.
You can also contact Talent Reef at 866-562.
Jesus.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
That's the way Verizon was the other day when I had my phone problem. When my phone got hacked.
Status.
Your phone got hacked?
Yeah.
Did someone get in your stuff and make you look at a bunch of
To go
pornography?
back to the main
Yes.
menu.
A bunch of gay pornography.
Oh man, if I were you, I'd be so angry at
I
that
was
guy.
mad.
Press 1 for Spirit local store information.
What are we supposed to do with this?
Press
You
2
can't do anything with
to
it.
place an online order.
No, I don't want to place an online order.
Press 3 for Spirit online order status.
I think what we need to do is we need to find a
Press
place where we
4
can
for store feedback. Press 5
like,
for Dr. Zombie.
What is Dr.
Press
Zombie?
6 for return and exchange.
I think we'll have to press
Press
5 for
7
Dr. Zombie
for
here in a
Let's do
second.
it.
marketing
Let's do
related
it.
questions.
Press 8.
8 for legal or media related questions.
Jesus Christ.
5 for Zombie.
Dr. Zombie.
Doctor,
Don't
I'm
just
sorry,
call
he
him
didn't go to school.
Please press 1
Wrong.
for animatronic support. Press 2 for in-store experience assembly support. Press 3. Thank you for contacting Spirit Halloween. Our phone lines are currently closed.
Oh, gee.
Please click on our live chat form.
You know what?
located at the top.
Fuck Spirit of Halloween.
I'm gonna call the other one real quick. You can edit this out if you want. I feel like we really have to talk to someone about our idea for Halloween at the end of the month.
Spirit Halloween. Our calls are monitored and recorded
It's the
for
same
quality
one.
and
You think
training
so?
purposes. Need to reach us? Please
I'm gonna press
visit our
0.
website
Yeah,
and
just
click
keep-
on our live chat option at the top of our page.
Hold on.
If a team member is offline, simply click on it, fill out the form, and leave us a message.
Okay.
We also have a callback option in our help section. If you need to speak to someone, simply stay on the line.
Yeah.
That's what we did, right?
A
Yeah.
team member will be with you as soon as possible.
Right. So just hang out there.
To better assist you,
I'm just gonna put the phone down.
Sure,
We'll
that's
talk.
fine.
an option.
Best Halloween party.
Please
Best.
press 1 for Spirit local store
Good
information.
God.
Press 2
To be honest with you, I don't remember a lot of Halloween parties. I wasn't a cool kid.
Spirit online.
I would go to some in college a little bit.
I didn't go to college.
I went to God, what did I do? I went to Portland one year, and I had I went like at the end of October, so we went to this place on Burnside, and they had like a big Halloween party in this bar, and we just danced at this dance party all night. It was awesome.
Did you rave?
It was ravey. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I love a ravey party.
Yeah.
We're supposed to go to a party in a couple nights, adult party.
And what are you gonna dress as?
Well, that's the thing. Every time me and Molly we come up, we get invited to a party every year, at least one. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't like to dress up. She does. So last year, like every year, it's a problem. Either we can't agree on what to do, or we wait too long and then it's too late and
Yeah.
we scramble, or we just get in a fight. And so last year,
I remember one time we got in a fight and didn't show up to a party.
and that's what I was going to tell you the story about.
All right.
I was going to go as Bob from Bob's Burgers,
Oh, that's it.
and she was going to go as Linda. And I couldn't get the mustache on right. It wouldn't stay on. And
You go to Spirit Halloween and you get Spirit gum.
well, see, I didn't know that. I just got the outfit. And then we got in a big, humongous fight. And then we didn't go to the party, which is the party you're referencing. So this year, we're invited to a party, and she's like, what should we dress up as? And I said, I have a suit. I want to dress up. And there is such thing as a Handmaid's Tale, like costume.
There's everything. Yeah, everything exists.
And so I want to be a commander because I have a suit. I can just slick my hair back, and then she can be a Handmaid's Tale girl. And then when we get home, we can fuck with her with the Handmaid's Tale outfit on.
Do you watch that show? Is it a turn on?
It's not a turn on. I mean, I think it's going to happen. No, seriously.
The events of that show will take place.
Yeah, that's going to happen someday. I'm very, very adamant that some form of that is going to happen. But I've
never seen it.
I love the show. I love it. I love it to death.
Yeah, I have almost no interest in that.
Why?
I don't know. It seems too heavy. You know what I watched recently? I watched Crashing, that Pete Holmes show. You ever hear of the comedian Pete Holmes?
Yeah.
He had three seasons on HBO, and I watched that.
On HBO?
Yeah, I have the app, the HBO app. I just watch it on my phone.
What's your password?
1, 2, 3,
Okay, 1, 2,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6, 7, 8,
6, 7. Okay, 7, 8,
9,
9,
0,
0.
1,
Okay, that's a long one. All right, 1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4,
What's your
ABC.
ABC? Oh, ABC.
Yep.
What's your
ID or
your G?
the same.
So your ID and your password is the same?
Right.
Well, that's easy. I'll just
Yeah.
copy and paste.
That's exactly what I
Thanks,
do.
buddy. I appreciate it. I'm going to try it out. It has Lauren Lapkus in it.
Oh yeah. She's in about a third of the episodes,
Okay.
maybe half. I don't know.
I'm a third of the episodes. I'm not in love with her anymore.
No, I'm over it.
She's gotten uglier. I feel like as she's gotten more famous and she's done more roles, that she's gotten uglier.
Remember when we met her in person?
Yeah. And remember where you took a picture of us because I was very, very excited and she wasn't even looking at me?
Yeah, but but I got the picture.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And that guy didn't like that I took that picture.
And to be honest with you, the picture of just meeting Paul F. Tompkins was a bigger deal to me.
Yeah, that was good. Good times. All right. I don't know. Do we have any fan feedback?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been a dry summer.
Well, it's fall now. Like we're nuts deep into fall. So
What are you, a squirrel? Squirrel nut zipper. How'd you like that? Squirrel nut zipper?
it's fine.
Do you know who the squirrel nut zippers are?
Yeah, I know who they are.
Ladies
They sing that song "Hell,"
Captains have turned on,
right?
fasten seatbelts.
I don't know.
You don't know who the School Nut Zippers are?
They were a swing band.
Yeah, they were a swing band, and they sing that song. It's called "Hell." Yeah, I can't believe you don't remember. It was basically they had one hit, and it is this song.
Okay, well, I just don't remember the name of the song.
Okay, well, it's they had that, and then they had another. They had like a Christmas album, which I thought was quite a jump for a band that just had one hit to like immediately come out with a Christmas album. Remember that?
Yeah. Didn't they have Zoot Suit Riot? Wasn't that their big song?
No, that's like the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Oh.
This is what I think happens. There's always swing bands. No one gives a shit about swing bands now. They haven't for 20 years. And there's like a 3-month period where people did. And then for the 50 previous years, people didn't care.
Right, I got you.
But when it came to light, it's like, oh, who's some swing bands? This is one.
Yep.
Cherry
Poppin'
Poppin'
Daddies. I love them.
Brian Setzer Orchestra.
The Stray Cats are getting back together, and they're going on tour. I really want to see that.
The guys are north of 60, right?
Yeah, but I would still love to see them. What do you think about Louis C.K. coming to Peoria?
I didn't know that. Did you really?
Like $36, $45 a ticket. I know, right?
I want to go, but do you get heckled on the way in? Do they throw like
blood on you,
like red paint, like you're like you're wearing
like
fur?
PETA?
But it's like women's period blood or something in the side.
God, I love women's period blood.
What? You ever hear his? You ever hear Louis C.K.'s bit about period blood?
Huh?
He's like talking about how he's an old guy and he still likes fucking or something, or jacking off for ladies, whatever. And then he's like, and these young guys, they're all precious about sex, and like, oh, she's on her period. I don't know. He's like, fuck it, I'll fuck you right in your period hole. He just says the most raunchy, disgusting shit you've ever heard. But would you go? You gonna go see him?
Me and Molly are talking about it.
Is what he did? How do you feel about what Louis C.K. did?
I'll tell you when you put that phone away from the microphone.
Beauty, talent, fame, money, refinement, upskill, and brain.
All the things that you tried to hide will be revealed in the afterlife.
I'm out of AAA batteries, and my headphones keep cutting out.
Well, it sounds like a personal problem to me.
Here's my deal. He did stuff. He kind of like fessed up to it, maybe kind of. He went away for a while so everybody would forget. He's made some great material.
Since then, or
No, not since then.
Okay.
I knew he was doing sets recently.
okay, yes,
Yeah,
I knew the same.
in New York, and I wasn't expecting a tour, but I can see where let's go to Peoria, Illinois. I can see that. Like, let's go to Peoria. Like, I bet you he's never been here.
I doubt it. Well, maybe way back in the day, like if you go around the Jukebox Comedy Club, you're gonna see some pretty famous faces that have been there. And this is gonna be like years before they made it.
Sure.
And a lot of those guys aren't gonna come. Like the biggest guy I think I ever saw there, Jim Norton. I saw Jim Norton there, and I saw
We saw him together.
yeah, and then who else? Norm Macdonald I saw there.
Oh, nice.
Some names that have been bigger, but they'll pop in there before they hit it big.
Sure.
So he might have gone there at one point. I don't know. But
I saw that guy from SNL way before he got big.
Which guy? Chris Kattan.
Yeah, way before he got big.
He was awful.
He was awful. Wasn't
God, he was.
Did we
so
go to that
bad.
together too?
No, I went with some lady from work.
Okay.
And it was. First of all, I think it may have been a date, honestly, that I wasn't aware of. I'm so stupid with those kind of things. I never know. But then we went and saw Chris Kattan, and he was just awful. This is how bad he is. He didn't travel with any like other comedians. It was just him, and they had 3 openers, which just seems excessive. And they were all local guys, and some of the local guys are better than others. All of them better than him.
Yeah, because he didn't have enough material. That's why he had 3 openers.
All of the local guys, and I'm not biased toward it.
Sure.
Came to see him. All those local guys were better than the headliner.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad.
It's because of cocaine.
The lady I was with said, "Oh my god, he looks like he's on fucking crack."
Sure, he's got to be on something.
Holy
Not us, though. When we fly this plane, we are straight and
Crack
narrow.
free.
Crack free.
Since episode 3.
Unless you look behind my chair.
Don't look.
Oh, do you want to see where I got stabbed?
Sure. I was gonna tell you what I thought about Louis C.K., but let's see. You're taking that. Okay, so there's not a lot of maintenance. I can see your pubes. I think there's not a lot of maintenance down there, is there?
Well, I quit doing it. I was doing it regularly for about 2.5, 3 months.
Why did you stop?
Because I wasn't having sex.
How did you get stabbed? And was it on purpose?
Yeah, I stabbed myself.
Okay. Is there something you want to talk about? Maybe we should take this offline.
No, I think we should talk about Louis C.K. instead. I interrupted you. I've interrupted you twice since we've been doing the show about Halloween and then Louis C.K. What are your thoughts? Would you go see Louis C.K. if you weren't financially unstable?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why people keep saying that about me, but yeah, I would go see him. I think he's very funny. This is the thing with Louis C.K. Like, I think he would get ladies to come to his room, and if you go to a room with a guy, like, what do you think is going to happen? You know, and then once he gets a lady in there, he's like, hey, and he would say this. I think he's like, hey, would you mind if I jerk off?
And that's the thing. He at least asked. Right? He at least asked.
It is a fucked up situation. It's
Very
a
much
weird,
so.
it's a weird and fucked up
Fetish.
situation. And
It's a phallical situation.
once that happened, like a lot of comedians started talking about it, and they'd be like, and then like girls would be like, "This happens all the time in public or somewhere." Guys whip out their dick and start jerking off. I had never heard that really before. That guys would do that. I didn't know guys just would start jacking off in public or in front of ladies. That's never been my thing.
No, I have no urge to do it in public.
Yeah,
Like, I'll do it all day, day. At home, in bed,
all right.
with the dog looking the other way.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like he put his hands on women. It doesn't sound like he like attacked anyone or forced anyone. It does sound like he kind of, I don't even want to say the word cornered, but had someone kind of in a situation where they felt awkward and maybe couldn't leave while he was jacking off. It's a fucked up thing.
Sure.
But on the scale of roofied or raped by a huge overweight producer,
Exactly.
I think it's not as bad,
But still bad.
it's still bad.
You know, it's like not Michael Jackson bad, but maybe Ike Turner bad.
And what did Ike Turner do?
He had a big fat black woman as a girlfriend.
Who's that?
And she wasn't in line. Tina Turner, and she wouldn't keep her ass in line, so he just beat the fuck out of her.
She wasn't a big fat lady, right?
Well, she was a thick broad.
I think she's still alive. And
She has cancer too.
oh, does she? But I remember like in the 80s and 90s.
He punched the cancer into her.
Good God, man. Like in the 80s and 90s, she was like, north of 50. And it was always about her legs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Look at Tina
Those
Turner's
thighs
legs.
are thick, and they're toned, but they're thick. What have we become?
What is going on with your cords?
I got a lot of cord issues, and I'm really pissed about this cord right here. This cord right here is broke. It's broke, and it's actually like broke. So, but let's just go ahead.
Is it working?
It's working, kind of.
So it's broken because of what?
There's no more rubber around it, and the wires are exposed. So
Can you just put a little tape around it? A little electric tape?
I don't have tape right now.
But when you...
Yes,
Eventually.
I do. Right.
Okay.
But it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's not the same to me.
I feel like this show's off the rails. All right, let's focus here.
Wow, off the rails.
I don't like that kind of talk. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Alarm from the year of our Lord 1954. Great year.
That was a pretty good year. I was negative 21, so I could drink in hell.
Drink in hell.
Yeah, negative 21. You were negative 27.
That's exactly right.
Do you remember being negative 27? What it was like?
No. I think it's widely accepted that when you're in negatives, you're up in the clouds in heaven with God, waiting to be sent down by the stork into your mom's belly.
Can we just assume that I can't wear any headphones, so I can't
I gotta call these guys real quick.
All right, well, I can't hear it because of these fucking headphones.
Hopefully they answer the phone over here.
Party City, this is Pam. How can I help you?
You say Pam?
Yes.
Hi, Pam. My name is Jason. I work for the city of East Peoria, and I was hoping that I could come into your store. I have a petition. You guys have a lot of Halloween merchandise there. Is that correct?
Right.
I'm part of a movement to move Halloween to the end of October instead of on the 31st. Because, I mean, you're in the Halloween business, essentially, right, Pam?
Yeah.
What day of the week is Halloween on this year? Do you know?
Thursday.
That's a huge pain in the butt. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
The kids, they got to be in for school the next day. The parents,
Right.
the adults, they can't go out and party on a Thursday. I mean, you can, but a lot of people got to work the next day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I need 10,000 signatures for the city of East Peoria to take my movement seriously. And what I need is I would hope to post up in your store and talk to people as they come through to have Friday be the day kids trick or treat, last Friday of October. And then the last Saturday of October, that's the night for the parents to go out and do their thing. What do you think?
I'm with you, but because we're a corporate-owned business, I can't speak for the company. The company itself has not spoken as far as moving anything, because initially what's going to happen is like November 1st is when we're going to be switching over.
Switching over to Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't. This is would it take time. It wouldn't be this year. It wouldn't switch over this year. It would take time, but this is the first step to making this move happen. I think it's really important because your company is going to make a lot more money with people being like, Wednesday, Thursday, okay, maybe I'll spend a little bit of money on the kid, but not for myself because it's a weird time of week. But what if it's on Friday and Saturday, guaranteed every single year? Oh my God, those Halloween costumes are going to be flying out the door. You won't be able to keep them on the shelf.
Yeah.
So if
I'd have to have you talk to the store manager. I can't make a decision.
That's fine. Is your manager there right now?
Yes, he is. Hold on.
Okay, great. This guy, I think he'll see the light. He'll understand. I'm excited. I feel like we're getting some momentum here, don't you?
I can feel the wave. It's like a typhoon.
To me, I want to go to Spirit Halloween, but if they can't even answer the phone, I mean, these guys.
Let's go to Party Central.
Absolutely, Party Central is my favorite store because I mean they're open all year round. You know,
Right. Halloween, Spirit of Halloween just shows up pops in October.
Yeah,
1st.
like like your uncle you never see just pops in
Right.
for a little bit. Hey, I'm the cool uncle, and then he's out the door and you don't
Right.
see him. Party City puts in the work day after
Sure.
day, week after week, year after year. They're there. They're reliable. This should have been my first call. Shame on me.
I don't think he's coming. I think he got cut off.
It's still going. I say we give him about half hour.
Okay. All right. I have nothing else to do.
I know.
I mean, I'm working with this stab wound, but other than that, what's going on?
Can you tell me about your stab wound?
Yeah, it was a crazed fan.
Okay.
Todd, may I help you?
Todd?
Yeah.
Hey, Todd. My name is Jason. I live in the city of East Peoria, and I have a petition that I'm looking to have signed by 10,000 people. It's it's a movement. It's kind of happening across the country, but I've taken up the reins locally here to move Halloween to the last Friday and Saturday in October rather than the 31st.
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, as you know, and I'm sure everyone in your store knows, because it's your business to know, Thursday is what Halloween's on this year, and that's kind of a pain in the butt for some people, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, like they said, all these past years, it's even with the kids to be out on a school night.
Right.
And yeah.
So this is what my movement is what we're trying to get accomplished. Last Friday of October, that's when the kids go trick or treating. The next day, the last Saturday of October, what you got is a night for the adults to go out and have fun. And I think on the weekends, people are like, we have time, we're free on the weekends. I think the sales for Halloween stuff is going to go way up, and the participation. I think everyone's going to be a lot happier. But I need 10,000 signatures in order to get the local constituents involved and to push that movement forward. I'm saying, can I post up at your store and get some signatures?
So I'm a corporate-owned store, so anything like that would have to go through corporate.
Okay,
I do believe Party City is on board with it. I want to say I've seen something on our website.
Exactly. See, this
that.
because it's only you're in business to make money, right? You want to give the consumers what they want, but this is your profits will increase with people having Halloween exclusively on weekends. So I think that's a real smart move that they're on board with this.
Yeah, but anything like that, like I said, would have to go through corporate, and I believe you'd have to email media inquiries at partycity.com.
Okay.
That's kind of our marketing email.
Yeah, I'm just looking for permission to get this thing kickstarted locally. So I think that's a first great step in that direction.
Yeah. No, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're on board with it. I thought I seen something on their website at one time, but
that helps out a lot. I do have another quick question, and it's not for me, but do you have any male adult size like little Bo Peep costumes?
male adult size Bo Peep. Let me run to the back room where we keep the costumes and check real quick.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
While you're looking at that, are you going to a party this Halloween?
No, I don't.
Yeah. The flip side is it is called Devil's Night, so it's a scary time to be out sometimes.
Yeah. I don't do Halloween. It's funny. I mean, I work at a party store, and I did take the kids trick or treating way back when they were home, but they're gone now. So
I didn't know if that was a prerequisite or not for like the people who work at a party store to be party animals.
to be, well, I'd rather party like the New Year's Eve.
There you go.
Partying.
That's a great one.
Yes.
And I have some ideas about that
check.
too, but I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'll tell you what, let me call you back on the Bo Peep costume. I have to get going here. My dog just ran out the front door. But I will.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go ahead and send that email out and see if I can get a response, and I'll post up at your store, and I'll even bring some candy if that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Todd's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Todd is a good guy.
I like Todd.
Yeah.
You know what? Thank you, Party City, for answering the phone.
Hashtag Party City. Everybody that's listening to this, post a comment on Twitter about the episode and hashtag Party City.
Yep, that should start a fire.
And at Party City.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Todd will lose his job.
19.
No, I want Pam to lose her job because she was kind of a bitch, in my opinion. But anyway.
You know what? I didn't want to say that to Pam.
Well,
But
you never
Pam's a fucking bitch.
Some would say she was a cunt. Anyway, in 1954, there was a pilot called Alarm.
Hold on a sec. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing over there?
I'm bringing it back.
You got stuff?
No, I'm just reeling it in like a fisherman.
How'd you get stabbed?
Huh?
You got stabbed.
Oh, I got stabbed from a crazed fan. It was after Wembley Stadium, right?
Yeah.
And you went on your vacation. I went on my vacation. And when I was on vacation, I had a staycation.
I went to Jersey Shore.
Yeah, you went to Jersey Shore. I had a staycation. I had these three ladies came up to the. I was drinking beer in the garage.
That sounds right.
And I was also smoking cigarettes.
The way that cough sounds, some people would probably think you're never not smoking a cigarette.
Well, I had a flu shot. That's why that's my excuse right now.
I never get any flu shots, and the people who get flu shots are like, I'm fucking sick. It's like, oh, stop getting the fucking flu shot.
My wife makes me. So I'm standing out in the driveway, sipping on some cold brewskis from Pipeworks.
Right.
And these three ladies come up to me and are like, "Oh my God, you're the best host on that show,
Captain Philip. Hold on, was it best host on the show?
Yeah, they're like the best host on the show, Captain Philip from sure. I was
right.
like, "Yeah, that's me. How's it going?" And they're like, "Oh, it's going great." I said, "Do you guys download the show?" And they're like, "Oh, we're subscribed." I'm like, "That's awesome." And they're like, "Oh, we're Patreon supporters too." And I was like, "That is great. Do you guys want me to sign your boobs or anything?" And as soon as I said that, the fat girl in the group, there was two hot girls and a fat girl.
Right.
That fat girl stabbed me right about 6 inches below the belly button.
That's like right in your dick hole.
No. Oh, 3 inches.
Okay.
Woo. You're right. It's right where my pubes start.
She stabbed you right at the top of your pubes?
Yep, at the tippy top of my pubes.
So what you kind of Louis C.K'd him.
No.
Yeah. You're like you're,
What does every girl want to do to a famous? What does every girl want a famous guy to do? Sign her
fuck
boobs.
them. Oh, sign the boobs.
Sign the boobs. Then fuck them.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, instead of beating around the bush, I was like going right there.
Do you think sometimes a guy will sign you and then you get that tattooed on you?
Yeah, that's what I figured she wanted, and then she stabbed me.
Do you think a lady would ever like have someone like have sex with them and then their ejaculate goes on them and dries and then you tattoo the ejaculate on you?
Like the outline of it, like a murder scene.
Yeah. Like a trillion different little semenite embryos are dead.
That's a good show title, Semenite.
Mm-hmm. That's like that suitcase company. right?
Oh, the one that has where you can charge your USB.
Samsonite.
That's not the same one.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm sorry you got stabbed. It doesn't seem you. I didn't know about it till today.
Well, I put some Neosporin on it.
Oh, that'll take care of it then.
Yeah.
It virtually takes care of itself.
It's one of two things. Either it's the stab wound that really like made it bad, or it's just like dried cum that I just left there.
Whoa. Good God. I didn't ask for that. 1954. Some things happened that year that didn't happen this year. And that makes sense. History is like that.
Yeah.
We're not the same
It
things.
never repeats itself.
Almost never, unless we don't learn from it, right? So to go back to 1954, we have to talk about things that happened that year so we can go back there in our minds. And I'll name a few things. First of all, October 3rd, 1954, Father Knows Best premieres.
Love that show.
Do you feel like you know best?
Oh, no. And right now I'm in a situation with one of my children where...
Which one?
Garrett.
What's the situation?
We can't talk about it online.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
Is it like something to do with his boner?
Nothing to do with his boner.
Okay.
It has to do with $3,000 worth of medical bills.
Oh, okay. Then I know what it is.
Yeah.
Huh. It's boner. He broke his boner.
Hey, you know it's a big dick when it's $3,000 to fix his boner.
When it's got a bone in it.
Hey, if I'm eating chicken, it's always bone in.
Hey, you know I can't remember what it's called. Something culum, I think. A male raccoon has a bone in his dick.
So does a walrus, right?
I think probably
Yeah.
a handful of animals
Sure.
do. Would you like to have a bone in your dick?
No. I can barely keep control of what I have, and it's just muscle.
What if the bone was not a real bone, but you know how like the cavemen
Cartilage?
would have bone in their, or like a little bone
no,
sticking
no.
through their cartilage?
No,
but what if you had that as a Prince Albert?
No, I don't want a Prince Albert. I'm not cutting nothing.
Yeah. Now, did I ever tell you the story about the Prince Albert?
No.
So I was dating this lady, and she was like, "Hey, I want to get some piercings done." And I said, "All right." So we go to get some piercings, right? What are you doing?
You both go to get some piercing?
Well, I went with her.
Oh,
She
okay.
wanted me to go with her.
She was getting some piercings.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. And so we go to get some piercings, and we're back there, and the guy's over there, and the guy looks like a fucking retard.
Sure.
He's got huge gauges everywhere. He's
Sure.
tattooed on his face. He's got like shaved sides of his head, but it's dreads. He just looks like a fucking nightmare.
Right.
It's like what he's doing right now is the only job
thing-
in the
yeah.
world he can do.
For sure.
No one else would have him. It's this, or grab a piece of cardboard and you live on the sidewalk.
Or work
That's
at
it.
McDonald's.
Not even that. I wouldn't even give him that.
Really? Okay.
Anyway, we're in there, and he's preparing whatever he's preparing. And so her and I are talking, and I say to the guy, he's like, because I'm curious. I say, what about a Prince Albert? And this is what this motherfucker says to me. He's like, Prince Albert, yeah, it's pretty basic piercing, pretty level 1, pretty amateur piercing. It's easy to do. It's self-cleaning. It's really
Self-cleaning?
It's really nothing to it. And I'm like, you're putting a second hole in my cock meat.
Right.
It is not amateur.
And your cock meat, to be honest with you, I mean, you're a clean person. I'm a clean person, but your cock meat is the most like it gets dirty the quickest,
Right.
Just from sweat and from being confined. So it's not self cleaning, not at all.
No.
Because if it was self cleaning, my dick wouldn't stink.
If it was self-cleaning, we wouldn't have the word smegma. You know what that word is?
Yeah, that's what goblins call witches.
Okay. October 18th, the comic strip High and Lois by Mort Walker and Dick Brown is launched. Mort died in 2018. He's also responsible for Beetle Bailey. Do you have a favorite comic strip?
I'm a Garfield guy.
Garfield?
Like, I hate Mondays. I'm a Garfield guy all day, every day.
all day.
I love lasagna.
Love it.
I hate Mondays. I got a buddy named Odie.
All right. Oh, do you really?
Yeah. We do a podcast.
And you go to
together.
Timbuktu a lot?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. All right.
But my friend Odie, me, and him
Yes, and
hang out.
my
Yes,
favorite
what?
is, I was saying yes and because Timbuktu is often referenced in Garfield, and I brought that up to add to your story. And
Actually, Calvin Hobbes is my favorite. I was just trying to be a dick.
Were you trying to be a dick because Calvin's always using his dick to pee on things on the back of Ford pickup trucks?
Exactly.
I think my favorite, since you asked, is...
this is funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I have thought about it before, and like I know it costs money, but I know I can have it done. I want to have him peeing on the last name Passmore, and then I want to put it on the back window of my car.
And Passmore, I would guess, is the maiden name of one of your ex-wives?
No, it's not maiden name. It's the married name of my ex.
Oh.
Yeah, I would love it. It would be hilarious.
I'm sure you can do it.
As
a 45-year-old man, is probably kind of an immature thing to do, but do what you got to do. Oh, you're 44, right? I'm sorry.
45. No, I'm 45.
Are you? I don't think that's right. My favorite is Crankshaft. You ever hear of that? Hello?
Just wait till I get done taking a drink. I think so.
It's about like a cantankerous...
Drill sergeant?
No. He's a cantankerous school bus driver.
I don't remember that one.
I just want to say Crankshaft. October 27th, my birthday. Walt Disney's first TV show, Disneyland, premieres.
Your birthday was yesterday?
ABC. My birthday was yesterday.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's right. Yeah, that'll learn you. Go ahead and write it down.
Yikes, sorry about that.
Disney.
Did you like what I got you?
I love the present, I think, is what it was.
I love the future.
You love what?
The future.
You love the future? Is that on VH1 where they talk about future decades?
Yeah, I think Michael Ian Black is on there. And then David Spade is on that show too. And then Dick, what's his name?
Atlas. Dick Atlas? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you just naming talking heads from the old VH1? I love the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
No, what's the guy, the actor, comedian that's always on drugs and Dick?
Nick Swartzen.
Yep.
And I don't know. Dick who?
Just forget it. It's fine. We're moving along.
That's fine. That's fine.
Jesus Christ.
That takes me back to 1954.
In my mind.
In my mind. Oh, this is something that has come up a lot lately, and this is the former baggage boy Eli. Come over here, Eli. Oh, is that one on? Sit right there. Coming from the back of the plane where he's doing his kung fu stretches.
Everybody was kung fu stretching. What are you doing down here or up here in the cockpit?
I was going to tell you that dinner is being made. Do you want anything?
By who?
Me.
No, you're not making dinner.
Oh, I meant like sandwiches or something.
No,
what kind of sandwich do you make?
Sandwich?
PB sandwich. I could also make
PB sandwich?
I could make Nutella sandwich.
How would you want a chocolate sandwich?
It's not chocolate, it's Nutella.
Nutella's like a cocoa and hazelnut.
Yeah.
But it is it's essentially chocolate.
It's better than chocolate.
So you went to karate in your home. Did you close the garage door?
Yes.
Okay. Did you, is Velma upstairs by herself?
Yes.
Was she on the couch?
Yes.
And where is she now?
Good question.
Okay. What are you supposed to be doing?
Not down here.
Yep.
Came to say that I'm here. Don't want you worrying or anything.
I appreciate it.
Make me a corned beef on rye, please.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it.
Can I get a BLT?
Ooh, you know what? Make mine a BLT too.
No tomato.
I'll take his. I want extra. I want my tomato and then his tomato.
Someone write this down quickly.
No, get out of here. Take care of it. Use your
should
kung fu
know.
memory.
Everybody had... Hey, get your phone with you. Okay. We got a guest coming here in a little bit.
Oh, boy. Why did we choose to watch Alarm?
There's three simple criteria. One is that it was a failed pilot that never went to series. One and done. Two, we found it on the interwebs. And number three, it was free, baby.
Where can you find the entire episode of Alarm to watch for your dumb self? Well, you can do by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, Blake.
And you know what to do, too. Hey, do you like that Ninja versus Unicorn?
Yes, I do. I like it very much. It's a good beer.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Is it worth? Is it worth $15?
I didn't know that's what you paid for it. Is it a 4-pack?
Yeah.
No, it's not worth that much. Almost no beer is worth that much.
I I found one that I wanted, and I picked it out. And right when I was grabbing for it, it was a 4-pack.
Right.
I grabbed for it. It was $18, and I quickly put it away.
What? So that's a few dollars difference between that and what you did end up getting. So what's
18 and 12 was the big difference.
Oh, I thought you said 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Summary of the pilot. When a serial arsonist strikes in a residential neighborhood, Captain London and his assistant, McEwen, are detailed to prevent more blazes and apprehend the perpetrator.
A+.
Yeah.
A+. I mean, seriously, like, I'm not going to tell you what I thought about this pilot right now.
But you can tell me what you thought about the summary.
That summary was A+.
I agree.
I mean, if you read it, you know what you're going to watch.
I usually don't throw my 2 cents in here, but what else are you going to ask for? That's it.
3 cents.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Interesting Facts. This is where Jason has scoured the internet to find facts about this show that you do not know.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Yourself, you cocksuckers, and just let him talk.
Cocksuckers. Yeah, we got some interesting facts here today. I want to belt them off here for you. First one, release date, April 11th, 1954.
April Fools. 10 days late.
10 days late, chumps. Stars Richard
Hey,
Arlen.
you ever had a girlfriend that was 10 days late?
Oh, shit. I have, actually. It is...
Scary as fuck.
I would say it's unnerving. You probably remember it, too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not great.
We were holding hands.
All right, yeah.
We were on the couch.
There's like
holding hands.
a lot of swaying, I remember.
Well, swaying is a good way to, like, the rhythm. It's calming. And
Right.
that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, I kept telling you, I was like, dude, this shit's fucked up. Dude, your life is over.
Right.
But we kept swaying. And so that was what got you through it.
What you were saying wasn't helping, but the swaying was helping.
Sure. Just a swaying.
Stars Richard Arlen as Captain Ed London. You may know Richard from Wings from 1927. It's a movie.
Ooh, close call.
It's a different movie. It's a movie. Island of Lost Souls and Call of the Yukon. This is a man who starred in films back in the 20s through the 60s.
Sure.
This is an old school fella right here. Also stars Chick Chandler as Mac McEwen. You may know him from It's a Mad World, 7 Doors to Death, and 3 of a Kind.
I like 3 of a Kind. Mm-hmm. That sounds cool. And I thought you were going to say Madman. I was like, oh my God. He
It's
was
a
Madman?
mad men. Interesting facts over.
Great job.
There's nothing going on here.
Oh, I know there's nothing.
This was tough.
Believe me, I know there's nothing going on here.
They're a little peek into what we're
I
about to do.
know there is nothing going on.
I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you. Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder Jason got some Twitter responses. Nope, they're all dead.
That's right. Here's our aviation question of the day. Every U.S. president from Franklin D. Roosevelt onward has had an airport named after him or her. Hilarious, never a female president. Except one. Name that exception. Really think about this. It's easier than you think.
Ronald Reagan.
No, that's not right. I'll give you 10 more guesses.
Okay, I got one more.
Who out of
Alexander Hamilton.
he's after Franklin Roosevelt?
Oh, after.
And he wasn't even president.
Jimmy Carter. Bill Clinton.
It's Richard Nixon.
Well, of course not. Why would he have? He's a shyster.
That's the first guess then. If it's of course not, then that's your first guess. Why would you say Alexander? I don't think Hamilton was even the president.
He wasn't. he wasn't at all. I just wanted to say Alexander Hamilton.
They should name firing ranges after him, don't you think?
Whoa.
Yeah, fuck Hamilton.
Whoa.
Fuck Alexander Hamilton the person. Fuck Hamilton the play. That's what I say. Okay?
You know what I say?
What?
Fuck you.
Hey, get in line, pal.
Wow.
Get in line to fuck me. You're the only.
there a big
You're the
line?
only person in the line.
I mean, is it Chick-fil-A? How long do I have to wait?
No.
Speaking of which, the other day I had Chick-fil-A and I did not want to eat it.
Why not?
Huh?
Why didn't you want to eat it?
Because of their stance on gays and religious things. So, at work the other day, we had an all-day seminar for the inventory coordinators, and oh my God, he's handicapped. What are you, Roosevelt? Anyway, and so one of the guys says, "Hey, for lunch at this seminar, I'm going to get Chick-fil-A. I'm going to get chicken sandwiches. Does anybody have anything different they want?" I really wanted to say, I don't want Chick-fil-A at all.
Because you don't agree with their politics.
Because I don't agree with their policies and procedures.
Yeah.
All right? But I didn't do that.
They make a hell of a chicken sandwich.
But I said, I want it plain. I don't want anything fucking on it. I got that fucking sandwich. You know what I had on it?
Probably something good.
Fucking pickles. And
Dude, why don't you grow up? Vegetables are good on sandwiches.
Pickles are fucking skank meat. And so is mayonnaise.
Skank meat?
Fuck pickles, fuck tomatoes, and fuck mayonnaise.
Fuck tomatoes? You're out of your mind.
All right, whatever.
Tomatoes are the best.
Well, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what you did.
I thought
you
left
the cockpit.
I left something in my my book bag that I needed, and I forgot it's for the next episode. But I limped away because I crossed my legs and my legs
don't
asleep.
Cross your legs.
I always do.
Die.
I always do.
I do too. I cross my legs and hope to die every day.
10 minutes on the clock. Let's break down the pilot, the plot points of
All right,
Alarm.
so at the beginning of this, the credits are rolling in advance. Like everybody, the ending credits, they're at the beginning. There's some big band music, and I'm excited. I'm like, here we go. And then all of a sudden, there was these two guys, and I thought they were Marines.
This is black and white, by the way.
Well,
right? Of course. Back then, it's black and white.
For sure. And these two guys are talking. I still think they're Marines. Mm-hmm. They're talking about fire, but I thought maybe there was some kind of special Marine fire company. And they're talking about, hey, thanks for letting us make this film or whatever.
This is like a meta part of the... And you know what? You got something? Go ahead.
No, this is ridiculous. It's the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
The acting is horrible by the commander-in-chief.
I think he's a real guy.
Huh?
I think the guy who's sitting down at the desk is a real fireman or a real fire chief. I think he's a real guy.
But I didn't know they were firemen. I thought they were Marines that dealt with fires. And I thought I was getting ready to watch a training video about firefighting. That's what they set it up for.
Well, yeah, okay. So, at the beginning, before the show even starts, because this is a scripted drama that we will be watching. But at the beginning, it's Richard Arlen as Ed London, but he plays himself here, and he's dressed as a fire chief. And he comes into this office, and he talks to this other guy. I didn't get his name, but basically what they're saying, this is like all the other shows, Mike Mitchell pleading to FX, saying, please pick up my show, pass the line or draw the line, whatever it is. Say, hey, you could put our stuff on pencils and sell. This is them selling it to the higher-ups, the people behind the desk, the people making the decisions, saying, why would we ever put this show into production? And they're saying, well, we got tons of content because there's real-life stuff that happens all the time. This is people could learn.
They're very extensive about all the firemen situations that are dealt with.
Yeah, they say public education, prevention. But basically, it's a pitch. While they're talking to each other, agreeing that this program is a good idea, essentially, I think what they're doing is pitching it to the audience, pitching it to the higher-ups in the office who says, yes, you get to make a show going forward, or no, you do not.
But why are you doing this?
The same reason the other shows did it.
No. You're spending money for the first 5 minutes of this show where you could be getting into the story. Don't use that first 5 minutes and that, at the time, maybe $5,000 explaining the show.
I think this is a one-time thing. I don't think the public was meant to see this.
Really?
No, because the show was like 32 minutes long. I think if you subtract the first 5, then you have it's what's in the ballpark of what could be shown on TV with commercials at that time.
In 1954, there were 6 million firemen.
Yeah,
and then 9/11 happened. There was 12.
Good. 9/11 created more, huh?
No, 12. Not 12 million.
Oh, okay.
Just 12. That was the joke that you fucking.
I think the this I'm not super familiar with shows that made it of the time, but this is like a very early procedural show.
Sure.
There's a lot of lawyer, doctor, cop
this is
procedural
like,
shows.
This is like L.A. Law meets Chicago Fire in 1954.
Sure.
Without any kind of activity going on.
So you got an alarm that does go off when the show finally does start, and you got firemen jumping into action with their shitty trucks, and shots of firemen putting out a fire in a tall building, rescuing folks.
And to me, this is the best part of the show. There is a camera angle like on top of the fire engine.
Yeah.
And it's like straight down the ladder.
Kind of like Dragnet, the old Dragnet, right? Where it was behind the top.
And I loved it. And then one of the things I complimented this show on was there was a lot of footage of actual fires.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool, but I really liked that camera angle of the camera straight down the ladder as they're going down the street.
Then it says insert commercial here. So essentially we're not seeing anything part of the plot at this point. We're just seeing them jumping into action.
It's
maybe
the intro that should have been the first.
Maybe that is the intro every time. I don't know. But I feel like what we saw in the very beginning plays into the rest of the story and isn't as exactly just the intro. But
and then we have the narrator, and we come to find out that it's Captain London is narrating it.
And this fire that they were looking at the very beginning, this is the third fire in a row in the same neighborhood. And they're part of Engine 8. I think that's the name of their...
Engine number 8.
Captain London heads to the hospital, and he wants to talk to a recent victim of a fire. And I think he's going there to Investigator. Is this part... Do firemen do this?
Yeah,
firemen do go.
There are firemen that are arson investigators,
and that's who these guys are.
Do you remember Robert De Niro in Backdraft?
No,
he never saw Backdraft.
Robert De Niro was in Backdraft.
Yes, he was the arson investigator.
No, I don't remember. I didn't see that.
How did you not see one of the greatest fucking fireman movies ever?
I don't know.
You know who else was in it?
Kurt Russell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
High five that shit. I can't believe. You know how do you...
I don't know. How badass are these old cars in this, by the way?
The cars are super badass, and unlike the acting, it was horrible.
But they are sure it's arson. You got Mac McEwen and you have Ed London, and they're like, this is arson. Now we have to get out there and prove it and get a suspect. So they head to an apartment building, and they talk to some dude who's working on his vehicle.
And he's got an attitude right off the bat. He's like, he's got a cigarette, and he puts a gun into the
glove compartment.
Yeah,
he's a classic greaser, right?
Sure.
He
you
seems,
remember Grease? You remember?
Oh yeah.
He was a shark, I think, in Grease.
Yeah. I love the sharks. But he's kind of a prick, and he's a
bad attitude.
He's one of several shady characters we meet.
And what I don't like about him is he takes 3 puffs from his cigarette. And I understand it cost 3 cents a cigarette back in the day, but he takes 3 puffs and then throws it on the ground. I was like, that's 15 cents.
You're a puff-conscious consumer.
I'm a puff daddy.
Yeah.
And I know how much it costs to smoke a cigarette, and that was bullshit.
It's expensive as hell. Do you ever think about rolling your own?
I talked to the soap man and his wife, and there's some upfront money that you need, but you save it within the first 2 months.
My dad does it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Then
they go to the dry cleaner, and there's Mr. Lester. And Mr. Lester's like, hey, I get robbed, and I get harassed a lot, and the police never really can figure it out. They don't really care. People break my windows and shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, can you answer some questions? Because this street tough couldn't, who was working on his car. And he's like, I don't really have any information for either. I'm sorry.
And Sylvester is super, super, like, he's just mad.
Is it Sylvester? I thought it was Mr. Lester.
No, it's Sylvester the molester.
Oh, who's a molester? And you know what? That's out of their jurisdiction. They can't do anything about that.
Yeah, this is all about fire. It's not about.
So he's a known pedophile, but they can't. The arson police can't do anything about that. So they head to the post office next. They want to talk to Mr. Brannon, and this guy's cagey too. All 3 of these guys are of no help, and they can barely. They're just shady people.
But I was like. The male guy was like all these happened on your route. He's like, yeah, whatever. I hate fires. And then Captain London goes in and talks to like his boss.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, his wife died not too long ago. Oh yeah, how'd she die? She was burned to death in a fire.
Good God, man.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's like, there's your guy right there.
Yeah.
So they go back.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I definitely said that.
When you were watching this at this point right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you think it was him?
Oh, yeah. They go back to the fireman HQ, and Fredericks is there, and he's in the lab, and he's like, yeah, we're definitely dealing with a fire
Yeah, because
bug.
they put a bunch of like ashes in his suitcase for him to like take to the lab.
And then a call comes in while they're there, and there's been another fire. And they said this fire looks like it's the same pattern of the other. So then Mac looks around while London talks to Mrs. Kelly there. And then she's saying, yeah, the doorbell rang about the same time as the fire, and that was 2 p.m. when the fireman or the postman comes.
It's gotta be the mailman.
Like, okay, and then insert commercial here. So all the fires are near Brannon's mail route.
Sure.
So it seems like a pretty open.
He was kind of squirrely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like the first guy had an attitude. Sylvester the molester was just kind of weird, but this guy was squirrely.
And then so they're getting out. I was like, all right, we got to go pick up Brandon now. It feels very clear. And when they do that, Mac's out there, and this is kind of the only real funny or running joke of the whole thing is that Mac can never get the car clean.
Yeah, he's always trying to wash the car, but he never can because every time he goes to wash it, there's a call coming in.
Then you got Larry Jones. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he joins London to interview Brannon. And while they're there, a report of another fire comes in, and Brannon's like, "I'm right here. The fire happened right now. I'm here."
Larry Jones,
I couldn't have done that.
He was a police officer.
Okay. Well, they go to the scene of the new fire, and there's like a small car wreck or something, and they got some young punks with a bunch of handguns.
Yeah,
was it that guy? Was it that guy from earlier or not?
I think it might have been. I assumed it was, but yeah. Right when it happened, right in front of it, there was a car wreck, and the kids had some punk ass bitches.
Yeah,
had some firearms, and I'm breaking a rule right now. The shot where they open up the trunk,
yeah,
and there's just like guns like sprinkled.
Yeah.
There's no cases, there's no boxes.
Right.
It was hilarious, and we saw Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, and we'll just say Lester did it. Lester, the dry cleaner.
I knew Lester did it from the beginning. I can't believe you didn't.
Well, I'm not very smart. I take things at face value. If a guy says he didn't do it, he didn't do it. And all three of those guys said they didn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Alarm. One and done. Why didn't it work?
This is why I think it didn't work. The acting was really bad. And again, it's 1954. We haven't had TV very much.
Great year.
I was negative 21.
Mm-hmm.
Party. But there was not a lot of like television, and so people were learning how to act on television.
We lean on that a lot when talking about because 1954.
When we're not strong, we do.
Right. This is like the first year of television. This is far back. This is as early as our pilots get, is 1954. Right. This is the dawn of television. So a lot of times when we see something,
the dawn of television. The dawn of television.
Is that Godspell?
Yep.
Hair?
Of a dog.
Jesus Christ, Superstar. Those are all three the same thing,
yeah,
right?
40-year-old virgin.
Mm-hmm. I would say this is breaking ground. I think this is a show that's breaking ground when saying, here is an exciting profession. How can we turn this into a something people want to see week after week? And it may be responsible or partly responsible for the creation of the television procedural.
Sure. And I like, in my notes, I wrote down, this is the 1954 version of Chicago Fire. And I mentioned it earlier, like, without the drama, because they didn't have drama in this.
Right.
It was kind of like very, like...
There was no interpersonal drama. There's nothing about the people's lives.
There was no feeling into it, but it was the beginning of...
It was just like mechanical. This is my job. I am my job. A guy earlier took a phone call from his wife, but that's as personal as anything got in the entire show.
That's kind of like sex with me. Very procedural.
If it had survived, this is what I'll say. It may have felt long at 31 minutes. Cut off the first 5. So we'll say 25-minute long show. But we had that weird thing at the beginning where they're talking. But saying, let's take this 25-minute program and let's stretch it out a little bit. Let's make it. We always say comedy's half hour, drama is an hour. Let's make this an hour, right. and 45 minutes.
If I would have had another 15 minutes of this, it wouldn't have bothered me. It would have helped give more detail, give more passion to the project.
Passion. That's exactly. You what is Ed London's life at home? Is his marriage crumbling? Is he
of course
is he a secret gay guy? We don't know.
Secret gay guy. He's a gay. Hey, we could have saw Captain London on one of those firefighter calendars where they're half naked. And to be honest with you, the only thing I'd say about Captain London, like his acting was the best of all the actors.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about him is he never ever took his hat off, even inside, and that drove me nuts.
Was that the fashion of the time though?
No.
He took it off in front of a lady.
As soon as you walk in the room, you take it off.
I don't know. That's just one thing to hold. I think you always have the hat on, or on the back of your shirt you have a little hook and you hang the hook.
Well, that maybe, but
don't you think? Well, you want to always hold your hat?
Yes. When I walk into a house or a place anywhere indoors, I take it off.
But you have to hold it.
Everybody else in this show, if you watch it, everybody else in this show takes their hat off when they're inside.
And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem.
He's interviewing Sylvester the Molester. He's got his hat on and his coat still on.
I take the hat off if you're inside, but I don't want to hold on to it. I think there should be a hook on your clothing somewhere where you can just hang your hat on your person. That's what I think. Do you disagree?
Disagree.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
There's nothing about this thing at all.
Ladies and
There's
gentlemen,
not even any IMDb.
No, there's nothing. There's no ratings. There's no reviews by
I was hoping
critics.
you asked me the IMDb score.
What? Ask you? No, I'm not gonna. I'm done asking you. You're a fucking pumpkin eater, man.
Eater, pumpkin eater. It's 0.0.
No, it's not. It's a nothing. There's nothing. Nothing is different than zero.
Yeah, I think there is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I have 0, I've got more than nothing. I've at least got something on the scale.
There is. If we had a mathematician in here, they could explain the
Boo.
difference.
That was a Halloween joke.
1 to 7 is the scale. 1 to 7.
Yeah, so 1 to 7. This is where we rate this pilot. 1 being the worst, Roy Biggins. 7 being the best, Brian Hackett. And it all comes from the characters of Wings from the 1990s.
And from our episode 200.
Yeah.
We take a look at all those characters, we assign them a number, and then we say where this pilot lies. Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Alarm?
Alarm was... It could have been something. There was like a cuspid.
Could have been a contender.
Yeah, it's a cuspid.
I could have been a contender.
Why is the baggage boy upstairs running around, but yet not opening the door?
2019 is almost up. I'm going to stop using the R word next year, but I tell you right now, the kid's a retard.
Fuck yeah, he is. Yachty, he is? What am I, a Cardinal fan?
Yachty?
Yachty Molina. Anyway.
That's a Boston accent. Going to the Yachty?
Captain London is great. He's no Robert De Niro in Backdraft. Please go see it.
Okay.
I'm going to give this a 3. I'm going to give it a 3 because the first 5 minutes of this, I felt like I was getting ready to watch a training video. You know what I mean? It was time wasted. Could have went to the story. I'm giving it a 3. That's the best I can do.
I didn't realize Robert De Niro really was in that movie. He is.
You ever seen the movie before?
No. I think I made that very clear. Rebecca De Mornay, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Donald Sutherland, William Baldwin, one of the lesser Baldwins, and the aforementioned.
So there's no such thing as a lesser Baldwin.
Sure there is.
Jason, what did you rate? Alarm.
This is a sticky wicket.
Is it alarmed or alarm?
No ED.
Okay.
So take it's Ed London, Captain Ed London, alarmed minus the Ed.
All right.
There you go. It's just tough. I think I want to give it a 4. I feel like the quality of the version we saw was pretty good.
The in-action stuff, the fire scenes were pretty good.
I love seeing the old stuff, the old cars, the old fire stuff, the old state, all the old stuff is cool to see. The fact that this is the dawn of television, they're trying something new with the fire. Because every time you turn on the TV, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock here, that's your drama hour. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, that's your drama hour on network television. Every time you turn on any night of the week, you're gonna see a lawyer or a doctor or a policeman. Sure. This is a fireman.
Yeah.
This is probably
the fireman.
This is probably the first
That's
fireman
my name.
show. That is a George
Chasing
Strait.
my rounds all over town, putting out old flames. Everybody like to have what I got. I can cool them down when they're smoldering hot. I'm the fireman. And that's my name.
This is a 4. You give it a 3. And with that, we close the book on Alarm, and we will never speak of that show again. Ever! But join us next time, won't you please? When we watch the pilot episode of LIPSHITZ Saves the World. Here's a little something to whet your whistle. In a bizarre twist of fate, a young outcast learns that he may be the one person who can save the world. You can find the entire episode of LIPSHITZ Saves the World by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube, and you know what to do, too. Oh, my God. Whew. Boy, oh, boy. Contact our program if you like. A lot of the times with the things that we post on, it only goes back so many episodes, but if you go to couchpilotspodcast.com, our entire catalog is there, all the way from episode 1, all the way past episode 200. Who's listening anymore? Who's to say? But we still make them. From that website, you can also contact us on Twitter or email us or Facebook. Have we deleted our Instagram yet?
No, we should. But what's there to post? Just pictures of our dicks. That's all I got.
Let's just delete it.
Pilot may have been rough.
Are we done?
Oh, no, I have a message of positive.
That's fine. Give us a call at 910-PILOTS-1, 910-745-6871. You have a voice. We want to hear what it sounds like. If I had to guess what it sounds like, I would say stupid.
Oh,
I
sure.
would say you have a stupid voice.
Yeah. Name 3 people that don't have stupid voices.
Billy West, Howard Stern, and then the guy who does the...
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. That's right.
Yeah.
Do you have a message of positivity?
I sure do. Folks, I want to announce a new podcast that is launching on November 6th. It's called Guys in a Bowling Alley, and it's my podcast.
How did you come up with that release date?
Huh?
How did you come up with that release date?
I had a certain amount of episodes, and I need to release 2 or 3 before I launched them to iTunes and to Spotify, and so that's the date. It's a Wednesday. That's bowling day.
You're doing Wednesdays. Okay. And then how many are you going to have banked by the time that starts?
It's every Wednesday. No bi-weekly. It's every Wednesday.
You're doing it every week? Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. No, and thank you for your help, by the way.
I am helping a little bit.
You did some help.
I am helping a little bit.
You did some help.
I did some help.
I did some help.
Every week. You are a maniac. Okay. Well, good luck to you. I've been on a couple of them. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. If you're a bowler or not a bowler,
Midnight Stroller.
You can check it out. It's funny. It's the scoring system is wild and crazy, and we just have a good time.
Can I say it's slightly akin to the old IBWIP, where you have a group of people sitting around talking and joking around, and then there's little bits in between.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Here it's a game show too. It's also it's a game show.
Let's go ahead and say it.
Don't be proud of it. You love game shows.
I am proud of it, but it has a little after midnight Kevin Hardwick, and I hate him.
I hate Kevin Hardwick. Out of all the Hardwicks, Kevin's the worst. This pilot may have been rough. This always been a fat pilot.
The Baggage Boy is fired, by the way.
Yeah,
so mad at him.
Fuck the old one.
The old one.
The old one's
he was on a trial basis.
He was back on?
Yeah, and he fucking fucked up the first thing.
Fuck him.
He's probably watching anime porn.
Did he make my Nutella sandwich? You bastard.